I'm just venting, I am. You're looking at one of the most beautiful flowers in the world. Now that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. Yet, it is not the only beautiful flower in the world. It is an azalea. It is not a rose. There is a difference. To the initiated, the difference is obvious. To the naive, education is needed to understand the difference. Just as there is a difference between buttercups and dandelion. They're both yellow, but that's where the similarity ends. Just as there's a difference between grass seeds and grains of wheat. These differences, though important, does not invoke serious consequences when not recognized. The differences in people, however, does have and carry serious consequences. Last night's news showed criminals and protesters, and both were presented as if they were one and the same. They are not. Tonight, this night, no matter when you're watching this video, a year from now or 10 years from now, the news will be doing the same. Feeding on your prejudices and perceptions of people in presenting entertainment disguised as news. This is not only deceptive, it is very dangerous. Protesters do what cowards will not do. They become visible when and where injustice raises its ugly head. Criminals are just criminals. Protesters are to be applauded because, instead of meaningless chatter, they risk their life and limbs in showcasing injustice. Criminals belong in prison. When so-called journalists lump criminals and protesters as being one and the same, these so-called news reporters are to be seen with disdain. I think they do so for the sensational value at the risk of accuracy. It grabs your attention for the commercial that follows. On the other page is the way police officers are sometimes portrayed in the media. Most police officers are law-abiding professionals who embrace their charge of protecting and serving. Proportionately speaking, very few police officers will shoot someone in the back, plant evidence, or kill an unarmed person just because they know they can get away with it. Yes, they are rarely charged for such indiscretion, but, for the most part, ethics and integrity overrides misbehavior of these officers. When the news show police officers as lawless, gunslinging buckaroos, they do all police officers an injustice. Just as azaleas and a rose are not the same, a buttercup and a dandelion are not the same, and just as wheat and grass are not the same, protesters and criminals are not the same. As viewers, we must start thinking for ourselves and stop supporting news organizations that fan the flames of hate and discontent by calling their misleading reports news. You don't believe me? Just watch tonight's news and you'll see what I mean.